As Nigeria marks National Youth Day, Bayero University in Kano is joining the celebration with a sensitization walk focused on young people. News Central is at the university to hear directly from the students about their hopes, concerns and expectations for the future, as well as the opportunities and challenges they face. News Central's Stephen Enoch joins us now with more. Hello, Stephen. I want to say Happy International Youth Day to you. I don't know if you qualify, but I know I do. But on a more serious note, what more have you learned from the students in Bayero University? They're doing a walk, in commemoration of the Youth Day. What is it that they are trying to create awareness about?
All right, so the students are having a walk, right? And the focus is on drug abuse. That's from the Student Affairs. They're trying to speak to youth, people to shun drug abuse because, of course, it's drill their future and make them want to achieve what they want to achieve in the future. But going away from that, I spoke with some of the students here, and they told me about how they feel concerning their future and all of that. So I'm being joined by Andrew Ahmed to tell me about what he thinks about Nigeria and the Jackpot syndrome of, most young people. So you told me that after your master's, you might consider traveling abroad. Why?
Yeah, abroad they has a lot of opportunities because of the way the economic system is being built there. It makes money to circulate easily. And, a level of the student is all about debit. So once you have a means of income, so I think you don't really have a stress. And, in Nigeria presently, the structure of the economy is not built like that. It's really built on survival. So moving to another country is not really making it a difficult. It's just that the money moves better. I think life is general about money. Once you don't have money, then I think just sorry.
Okay, so Ahmed, so do you believe that Nigeria is a place you can thrive if you don't have to travel abroad? You said you want to travel abroad. So do you believe if you stay in Nigeria, you can thrive, or it will be harder for you as a youth?
Necessarily, it's not necessarily important to say you have to change your education. Okay, education is still matter, but it's what you're doing. That education determines what you're going to success or what you're going to get. So staying in the country, as far as you don't have any place of value in exchange of money, then you still be suffering in subjects. So Nigeria has a lot of opportunities whereby you just have to leverage on what your network and your social engagement. So I think that was all.
Thank you very much, Jude. So I'll be speaking with Hasia, who will tell me how she feels about, Hafsa, who will tell me how she feels about Nigeria and life after school. So how do you believe that Nigeria is a place that you can succeed after school?
It depends on the area of your education. If you work in a sector that provides employment, just like the public sector or the business-oriented sector, it depends on how the employment opportunities are offered in that sector. So, for example, like the business sector, you get to be self-employed, and for the public sectors, when opportunities are offered in the market, you get to know through the information and media.
Okay, I want to ask you, so as a young person, how has school been like for you here compared to some of your friends are abroad?
Okay, I think schooling in Nigeria is very, very comfortable and conducive because the environment is familiar. You get to relate with people around the whole state and the country, and you don't get to learn a different language most of the time because you are already in the state of origin.
So that means you said it's comfortable. That means also has not struck you before or anything like that.
They have not been ASU strike for a very long time, and it's very good for
okay.
calendar.
Well, like you said, schooling in Nigeria is okay, but maybe ASU hasn't hit her yet. But it's all good, and they have spoken about the fact that Nigeria is a place that you can thrive if you have something of value. And when I spoke with other people, in the university, they told me that abroad is a bit is much more easier, and it's somewhere where you don't have to struggle so much to achieve, a lot. So they're still having the work. It's just over there at the Student Affairs, but I will, give you more updates on this later in the day.